burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must.
What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. All right, guys. Just got back from work, so I'm a little, a bit of a long day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I got a few good videos for you to use today. I think it'll be interesting. So let's get started. Let's just get started. All right. Let's get started with some TikTok videos. All right, let's check this one out.
What's so crazy is as a black woman, and I know a lot. I might get backlash for saying this. A lot of relationships that I've been in, I've been called up my name when they was mad at me. I've been degraded, belittled, talked down upon when they were upset. Because truth be told, a lot of black men cannot control their anger. A lot of black men are hurting. They're fatherless, they're motherless, or both. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm being real. And it's crazy how I went from that and being like, try to put your hands on me, you yelling in my face and getting crazy and rah, rah, rah. Crazy how I went from that to peace. Never been called out my name with this man. Never yelled at, never raised his voice at me. And he's black too, but he's black too, okay? But he is well raised, and I've never felt like he was gonna put his hands on me. Never been called out my name. Never been degraded when he was mad at me. So I say it to say, the women who have gone through that or are going through that, you don't have to, babe. Like, you literally don't have to. There's men out here who will treat you like you're supposed to be treated, even when they're mad at you. It's still not right because he's mad to call you out your name. Now, I'm still healing. I done call him out his motherfucking name. Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with? It's like, seriously, are you idiotic? You literally disprove everything you said in the beginning with what you just said. You literally disprove everything in the beginning with what you just said. Is it a black man? I mean, like, literally, one, she already disproved that it's not a black man because she says she's dating a black man that is not like that. No, it's not a black man, right? A black man doesn't automatically mean that he's going to call you out your name. That's not because he's black. That's why he's going to call you out your name, or you should fear for your safety. And to call like, oh, it's black men. Literally, you said that you call this man out of his name too. So black women too. Isn't that something? And I've been plenty of times called out my name by black women, right? And I predominantly have dated black women. So yeah, it's like the hypocrisy in about almost 2 minutes of a video already. The hypocrisy. And this is the problem with a lot of women, where they don't understand they are shaping a disgusting narrative. One, it's not because he's black that he's called you out of your name or made you fear for your life or fear for your safety. And not because he's a man, right? Not because he's black, not because he's a man. It's just who he is, the type of person he is. Because one, you said that you're dating a black man. That's not that type of person. So automatically, you know that there are different types of men. And two, it's not because he's a man that he's calling out your name, because as a woman, you said that you call this man out of his name as well. So look at the hypocrisy there. Look at the insanity there. And this is the problem where she is purposely creating a very negative, ugly narrative. The ugly truth about dating black men. Black men, you just said you just said you're dating a black man. That does not fit that ugly truth. So it's not about dating black men. Right? It's not the ugly truth about dating black men. No, it's the ugly truth of the men you chose to date. That is the fucking problem. Women need to take accountability. It's not the ugly truth about dating black men. It's the ugly truth of dating the men you choose. It's accountability. Learn. And it's like, and she said, oh, poor man, what's up? Thank you. You know, I'm changing it up, you know, do a little bit different. You know, I thought the hair would be a little bit different. I got bored. So I was like, hell with it. Let's go. Let's do something different. It's not about black men. No. You need to say it's about you choosing the men. And this is why you said, oh, there's women, there's plenty of there's good men out there. You just got, no duh. There's good men out there. The problem isn't that there's no good men out there, right? The problem isn't that there's no good men out there. The problem is you're constantly choosing bad men.
Okay, and I got penalized for it. Which you know what my penalty was? He just didn't talk to me for like a week, and and that's my fault, you know, because I was still dealing with my anger issues because I had daddy issues, as society would say. But you can find somebody that respects you, don't want to call you out your name, even when they're pissed, furious. Like it's some good men out here. It's some good men out here.
No duh. There's a lot of good men out here. It's just the problem. Are you choosing those men? That's the problem. Yo, poor man. See, I don't know what to do about anime because you can't really watch an anime episode because it's copyrighted. So I don't know what to, I wouldn't know what video to make. Okay, I might check, I might check the recommendation you put on and we'll see, if it's, something interesting. I might look at it. To be honest, it's hard to even know what top 10 anime would be. For me, it's hard for me to really decide top 10 animes. But you know what? I'll look at some videos that I've been thinking about, and I'll try to mix get something up. So yeah, I'll look at what I could do. Right, I'll look at what I could do. Yeah. Well, I'll think about it. Well, I'll think about what I can make an episode of. Right, I think, or at least a few minutes of something. I'll think of something. I'll probably get a few minutes of something, of a video I might want to check out or react to. So yeah, I'll think of something. All right, let's check this one out.
I'm a 28-year-old baddie, and I've never had a boyfriend ever in my life. I have never experienced.
I'm not saying that she's not good looking. Well, let me see.
I was having lunch with my girlies the other week.
Looks kind of
and
big.
We came up with a new hot.
Huh. I don't know. I mean, it looks like she's lost pounds. She lost a few pounds, which is cool. But she still looks pretty big. So the audacity to call yourself a baddie, I find it really, I find it kind of ridiculous. I just had to check what this woman is talking about when she calls herself a baddie, and I find that really dishonest with so many women calling themselves a baddie. Now, would you call this a baddie? I don't think so. I personally wouldn't call this one a baddie. So yeah, all right.
Romantic love, and honestly, at this point, I don't think I ever will. Let's talk about it. Every once in a while, I'll see these videos on my timeline of women in their 20s, late 20s, 30s who get on here, and I understand completely. They're sad about it. They kind of mourn for the fact that they have never experienced romantic love. They've never had a boyfriend. They probably have never been kissed. And if you're sitting here wondering, yo, Ezzy, like, you're such a fucking gorgeous, beautiful baddie. How
It's the ego, right? I've said this countless times before with so many videos. It's women's ego. It's really insane. It's such a big turnoff. And I find it funny because so many women said they don't like cockiness, yet so many women are damn ass cocky. And I just showed you. Would you call this a baddie? I wouldn't really call this woman a baddie. I wouldn't call her ugly. I wouldn't call her ugly, but she has a cute face, but a average to below average body. So a baddie, I don't think so.
come you've never had a man? To answer your question, coulda, woulda, shoulda, kind of, sort of didn't. It just never happened. Like, could I have had 10 boyfriends? Sure, I could have. But then I would have had to settle. And the bottom line is, I just feel like I've never met anyone who made me, one, who respected me genuinely, treated me like a fucking human being and didn't sexualize the fuck out of me. And, back to respect, and kind of adored and cherished me, almost worshipped me.
Almost worship you. This is the problem I'm finding. Okay, it's because so many women, average women in particular, have such huge ass egos, like fucking insane egos, that now they think that they think they only qualify for the best of the best, for perfection. And you know what? Fine. I don't tell women to, oh, you need to lower your standards. No, fuck it. Have whatever high standards you want. Okay. If your standards to the heaven, fine. Go for it. I don't care. I mean, it is up to you. But I hope that in the same breath, you won't be complaining about men. You won't be degrading men. You won't be putting down men. You won't be saying shit about men. Because this is the problem with a lot of women. You are average at best. Average at best. I thought you made a full size sword. That would be pretty cool. That's cool that you made a pure silver one. That's really cool.
Okay, maybe not worship, but you see my point. And honestly, I really don't feel like I've missed out. I don't feel like I used to in my mid 20s, but now that I'm closer to 30, I look back on the fact that I've only been on one date in my entire life, and honestly, that was a regret because he was lame. I have no regrets, genuinely. Any opportunity that ever presented itself, I always walked away with my self-worth, firm in my boundaries and firm in my beliefs, my self-esteem. The truth is, I would have had to settle, and I'm someone I just don't, when it comes to the idea of romance, I just don't settle. Like I want the best. My mom had the best.
Okay, you want the best. Okay, cool. I mean, fine. I've said this before. As if she keeps on her path and she doesn't change, because I will say this: one of the worst things you can do to a man is say that you settle for him. So more the power to her that she won't settle. Great. Don't deal with any man. Right? Don't deal with it. Stay single. If you can't find a man that you think is perfect, stay single. Great. Don't deal with that man. And it's good that she won't become a baby mom, because we don't need that.
My father was the greatest man that ever was. Hello. Why the fuck would I? He set the, and that's the thing about girls with great dads, is that they set the bar really fucking high. My dad was such a wonderful man that, like, how could I ever
I'll check the quote. I'll check that quote out. I love quotes. I'll check it out.
accept anything less than that? At the end of the day,
To compare your situation to your parents is kind of idiotic, because one, you are not your mom. You're not your mom. You don't live during the time of your mom. It's like you're not the same person. It's not the same situation. It's not the same. Nothing about it is the same. Okay, nothing about whatever your life is the same. So I think it's a waste. I mean, I think it's idiotic to compare.
I was not put on this earth to suffer. Like, I was not, that is not my destiny. That is not going to be the story that I tell my grandchildren, that I was put on this earth to fucking suffer at the hands of somebody's son. Like, I'm sorry. It's called having a fucking backbone. Anyways, if you're my age and you've never experienced romantic love, don't sweat it. I'm in the club too. I'm a 28-year-old baddie, and
I guess. I mean, like I said, if she's fine with how it is, then it is what it is. My thing is usually that women like this will then complain about men. Will say shit about men. Okay, will just say, I don't know, men are this, men are that. Where are the good men at? Men are liars. They badmouth men when honestly they're not even they're not even dealing with men. So it's fine if she doesn't want to deal with men and she believes what she believes, then it is what it is. I'm not that fussed about it. So yeah. Okay. Let me check something. Um. I want to check something. All right. All right. Let's move on to. All right. Let's move on to this next one. I gotta look for it. I'm looking for it.
I put my
All right. I'll check it out. Poor man. I'll check it out. All right, let's check out this clip. I saved this clip a little while ago. Yo, Artie, what's up, my brother? You like the hair? Something different, right? Something different. All right, let's check this clip out.
I put my period blood in a man's food. Story time. So I am a member at church and I do help out once in a while. So there is this really nice looking, like fit, hot, handsome man. But the problem is that he is married and he has got children. And the guy is very kind hearted. Anytime I see him at church, I can't even concentrate. He actually like gives everyone money after church services. He like invites.
Very nasty. This is why I wanted to, this is why I saved it. This woman is, I wanted to check out the story because she's absolute heinous.
It's everyone from church, and then he has like small dinner parties for the church, and you know he will go out of his way to help people here and there. So that's actually just made me like fall in love, you know, with this man, and I just can't seem to get him out of my head. But fast forward, one day I actually.
It is it's kind of disgusting. I mean, already she's disgusting. Okay, what she said. Yeah, I was thinking that too. The Super Saiyan thing. I was thinking that. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting when what she did is disgusting, but she already knows this man is married, presumably happily married with kids. It's like you are such a nasty, disgusting woman.
Finished work and was waiting to get a taxi back home. He happened to be driving past and he noticed me and stopped, and he obviously offered me a lift, which I was happy. And you know, he dropped me at home. We exchanged like contact details and all of that, and I decided to stalk him on Facebook. I even went to the point of downloading his pictures, printing them out, hanging them on my wall, and you know, actually sometimes I will play with myself, you know, just looking at his pictures. This is really obsessive, but nevertheless, a girl must do what a girl must do. Fast forward, my friends came to visit me one day and they saw his pictures and they asked me who that is.
Maybe, you know, I always preference this, okay? Maybe things are a skit, maybe things are a joke, maybe things are satire. But here's my thing where I also say this. I think not many things in life are original. Very few things. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is real, because I've said this before. Women are no better than men. I believe women do stalk because I've seen stories. I believe women do very immoral things. They're no different than men. They're no better than men.
And I was like, oh, he's just a guy. And I said, well, yeah, but you can't just put in a random guy's pictures on your walls. So I told them that he is married. I really like him, but I don't know what to do. So they told me that I don't need to worry because it's the most simplest thing that I can do. What I need to do is just put my menstrual cycle, my period.
Yo, Delusion, what's up? I hope she's an outlier, really. I mean, like, yeah, I'll hope that too. What's up, my brother?
Blood in food that I've cooked for him to eat, and that is it. He would just like fall in love with me like this. Me shocked. I'm thinking, I can't even bring myself to do this. And my friend said, listen, my friend said to me, this is what we do all the time. How do you think that we're able to afford all of these luxury things? Do you think that our paychecks alone are able to do this? So me thinking, okay, cool. Since my friends are doing this, I might give it a try. But the fact is that I don't see the guy. How am I going to actually get him to be able to put these things and let him eat my food? So I decided to, you know.
And her friends are doing it? Yeah, probably now an outlier.
Do my digging, and I sort of like tracked to realize that he actually go through the same route as me home, and I even got to know the time that he actually go past so that I can actually try and be there so that, you know, we might be able to communicate. So my friends actually took me to this like, you know, ritualist, and the ritualist said like he did some chants and stuff, and then he told me that it's very simple. All you need to do is that anytime you have your period, the first day of your period, you must use that blood in food, and he will eat it, and once he eats it, that is it. So I was like first scared to do it. So then one day I stopped at the same junction that he picked me up, and then he saw me. So it became like a regular thing that he keeps giving me a lift, you know, here and there. So he told me, we got talking, and he told me about his family, that he's got a wife, he's got children, and obviously he loves his wife, but unfortunately the wife is not able to cook. So he likes to eat out a lot because of this, and he doesn't obviously want to like offend his wife. So I thought what an opportunity. I offered to cook for him.
Yeah, I mean, that is a, I know that they do a lot of the spiritual things, which is sometimes it's a bit too crazy, right? The spiritual stuff.
which I've been doing. So I obviously one day tried to make advances towards him. I tried to kiss him, and he pushed me and said, "Listen, I'm not, I'm not interested."
I mean, like you gotta think stereotypes. There's always a hint of truth. Okay, when it comes to stereotypes, it comes from somewhere.
I'm only here because you're cooking for me, but that is it. I'm married, and that is the line. That's it. So obviously, I was a bit upset, but I did apologize to him and said I don't know what came over me to do that, because I didn't want him to not come back again. So fast forward, I told my friends about it. My friends said, listen, you need to do what the ritualist told you. If you don't do it, you're never ever going to get him. And obviously he's clearly told you where you stand. So the following month came, I came on my period, and I decided to do it. He came and he ate my food, and he said this is the best food he has ever eaten from, what I've been cooking for him. And instantly he fell in love. He buys me like expensive gifts. He even like bought me a house, a car. He takes me to like on holiday to other African countries and to like, other Arab countries like Dubai and places like that. I was over the moon, but my joy soon came crushing down. Go to part 2 to find out what happened next.
Yeah. I don't know if let me see. I don't know if I would care about the part 2. I mean, to be honest, I just thought it was an interest in. I thought it was an interesting story, so I don't know if I want to. I'm all that crazy for a part 2. All right, fine, whatever.
This is part 2.
I mean, hell with it. I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so let's just go to the part 2. Is there an atheist, no spirit dating site? I mean, yeah.
Of to put my period blood in a man's food just for him to love me. So as I said in part 1, he started obviously loving me, buying me with like all these expensive gifts, a house, car, going on holiday. And this is like a secret between him and I. He even told me that I shouldn't let his wife know that he's obviously eating, from me, because obviously it's going to make things awkward. So it was like a little deal between us. So every time I go to church, it's like we just act normal, like nothing is actually going on. But my worst nightmare came crushing down. One day at church, the pastor was preaching.
You're doing spiritual shit while going to Christian church. Quite crazy.
And then he said that a revelation came to him last night. And that revelation is that 2 people in this church, one of them is married, the other one is not married, are secretly sleeping together, and they're trying to destroy a union that God put together. I'm sat here shocked. And I didn't want to obviously make, people know, so I just pretended to act normal. The pastor then proceeded to say that if these 2 people do not break it off and stop the abomination act that they are doing, the single person is going to regret it. The life is going to be miserable, and they must stop it. So I obviously after church I panicked and I rang my friends. They all just like ignored me. No one wanted to help me. So I'm like sat here thinking, what have I gotten myself into? I want to reverse this. I decided to then go back to where this ritualist lives, and he's actually doesn't live there. He's moved. So now I'm stuck. I don't know how to reverse this spell. I'm stuck. And I don't want anything bad to happen to me, because the fact is that he's now after me. He even wants to marry me. He's proposing marriage to me, which means that everyone at church is going to know. And I don't obviously want this to happen. I don't want this shame like on me and my family. So I'm now actually scared. I shouldn't have done it. I know I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have actually listened to my friends. I should have just left it, at that. But I don't know what possessed me to do it. Guys, I need your help. I need your advice. If you know how to reverse a spell like this, please drop them down in the comment section below. It will be much appreciated.
I mean, most likely this is not true, but but like I said, right? I wouldn't be surprised. There are a lot of people who believe in ritual stuff, right? What is it? Like New Orleans, the voodoo stuff. The Caribbean, African, very spiritual stuff. A lot of people do believe in this stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that, they do that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised. So I just think that if this is true, which, like I said, I don't necessarily believe it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. People are messy. People are messy. And you know what? Like, if you want to dissect it, it might not even be because of the period blood. Because you got to think about this, right? Think about it logically. Here's a man that says that there's a deficiency, right? Here's a man that says there's a deficiency in his marriage, right? His wife doesn't cook for him. Most likely, she probably doesn't, whatever, take care of him or whatever. So here's a man who's, having a woman that you probably think that she's probably kind of attractive. She's cooking for him. Well, another way to get to a man's heart is food. So he could probably just fall in love with her because she's taking care of him. That happens a lot. So, that's a thing. But what do you guys think about this crazy shit? I just thought it was interesting to check out. I just thought it'd be interesting to check out. All right. Poor man. After this clip, all right. Why? What's up, my brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? Why? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, my brother. It's a bit of a change, just trying something a little different. He still like her if he knew that. Now, probably not. I mean, like, that is disgusting, right? He probably didn't know that that's what she did. So it was probably disgusting. But like I said, I mean, a lot of times to get to a man's heart, you could cook for him. That happens for a lot of men, particularly older men. Domestic work definitely gets to a man's heart. So, all right, let's check out this clip. This went. It was. I'll call it semi-viral because a lot of people reacted to this. A lot of people talked about this a bit. So let's check this out.
Just had a man pick me up for a date. He asked me if I was a man in the car. I said yes. This man turns around and takes me back home. Now, this is a very prime example of somewhat fragile masculinity, but also dishonesty. Not on my end, but on the end of the suitor. I met him last Friday at a club when I was out with my girlfriends. At some point, we duck off, we're talking, we're chatting, we're dancing, we're like really having a good time. We're throwing banter back and forth, we're being flirty, all these things. Mind you, I am flat-chested as fuck. I am not a woman. I'm just a very beautiful man.
Nice, bro. Sure, stick out. I mean, you know what? Sometimes, I don't mind sticking out in the crowd. I just thought I wanted to do something different. I was bored, right? I was bored. I was like, hell with it. Let's just go for it. This is insane. This is insanity, okay? Here's a man, a very feminine man. One, my ex-girlfriend was flat-chested. So really, that doesn't necessarily make you a man or not. She was, like a almost negative A cup, right? So she was flat-chested, which was whatever, okay? I didn't think that was that big of a deal. So it is not that just a deep fake human. That's the thing where you could be fooled, right? I mean, there are plenty of flat-chested women. I mean, literally, makeup, long-ass hair, dressed like a woman. Yeah. And to say that he's dishonest, no, you are dishonest. Men that try to portray themselves as, ultra feminine, like literally, you are dishonest.
Proceeds to kiss me, XYZ, right? Has been texting me every day since last Friday when I gave him my number. He proceeds to tell me in the car, I don't really know how to ask this, or, I really just don't know how to bring this up, but are you a man? And I looked at him and I was like, yes, I am. I'm just a very feminine man. He pulls over and he's like, I just want to sit over and just like kind of talk about this for a second. I'd never been in this position before, so I'm just like not really sure how to handle it. I had an inkling.
Bro, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I hope you are, man. I hope you are, man. Yeah, I love John Wick. I love John Wick.
Of a thought, but I didn't want to ask you and you be offended if you were not. However, it's just not something that I'm into particularly. And I think that's part of a bigger conversation as it relates to Black men being interested in just feminine energy, period. He proceeded to apologize and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just like felt like I needed to get this off my chest and at least just ask. But if I'm being honest, I was just like, okay, yeah, like that's fine. Like no harm, no foul. Like it's all good. He's like, is it okay if I just, turn around and take you back home? I'm like, absolutely. Yes, please. We sat there in silence as he like,
Dishonest? That sounds like an amazing man. In a lot of situations, I'm sorry. I mean, you would be dead. In a lot of situations, okay? If he found out you were a man, you will be dead. So dishonest, that man was absolutely respectful.
did it U-turn and literally dropped me back off. But it goes to show that sexuality truly is a spectrum. And while
No, it's not. You make it a spectrum. This is the problem with today's age. So many people make sexuality a spectrum. That is why it's confusing. That is why dating sucks. I mean, like sometimes, a lot of men are saying that now they have to ask because, like, I did a video a while back or a live or something. There was a video I was reacting to, and I was like, she had a deep ass voice. So I'm like, is she a woman? It's so fucking confusing nowadays.
people may not be into whatever parts people have or whatever the case may be, people are just attracted to energy, period. Which is okay. That's totally fine. I completely respect that. I'm not one of those gays that are like, I'm gonna go get the trade and do this, that, and the third. That's really not my vibe. And if you are, pop off queen, do your big one. But I guess my biggest problem is if you had an inkling of a thought or you felt any type of way, you should have quite literally just asked and been honest from the very beginning. Here, I spent an hour and a half getting ready for a date, not really into it, but like I was like open to, just seeing what happens, what would, transpire out of the whole situation. And yet, here we are. Now, this is a first for me. I've never had this happen to me before. This is something new to me. I'm not humbled in the slightest because I'm a bad bitch. Look at me. Like, hello. And I know.
To be honest, this is a thing where, when you look closely at certain people, okay, they look like men to me. This is why I don't, if like the jawline, I just find it a lot of things where, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. I don't know. Maybe I have a decent gaydar, right? Maybe I have a decent gaydar where I find it in my personal, like all the times I looked online, right? All these videos and shit like that. I don't think I've seen one that has fooled me like that. So
this is not in vain. I know that God has a partner for me out in the world, wherever he may be. But that shit was crazy as fuck. And
it shows you how this guy's messy. This guy's messy. I hate this. I don't know why these people from the alphabet community do not say everything beforehand. Why are you dealing with people and not telling them beforehand? I've heard so many trans or, effeminate men do not tell men that you are effeminate, you are a man, or you're a trans man or a trans woman. This is why I've heard so many stories of these trans people or these effeminate men getting killed, right? Getting killed because, the man found out and it went crazy.
My theys, my girls, my dolls out there in the world, y'all be safe out there. Truly just be safe. Because for a slight moment in time, I was actually kind of scared for a minute. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I've quite literally never experienced anything like this before. Like, oh my God, I'm like kind of floored. But anyway, on to the next, babes. That's fine. To Mr. Sir, good luck to you. And yeah, I don't know, y'all. It's just so funny. I'm like literally just sitting here in silence, like, oh my God, like I need to like talk to someone about this. But anyway, okay. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I don't know. Just had a man.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I've been having a kind of theory that I don't understand why are there so I mean, like maybe it's because of social media, right? Maybe it's because of social media, but there is such a boom of gay men right now. I don't understand. Why are there so many? I mean, maybe like I said, maybe it's because of social media. So maybe because when I was growing up, I barely even seen or heard of a gay man. But now, I guess, yeah, maybe it's because of social media. You're hearing this everywhere, trans everywhere. And it's like, maybe, I don't know. I find it like, if it is social media or if it is a conspiracy, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Uh,
Okay, first and foremost, I did not expect all of this discourse in my comment section. I didn't. But now that I have y'all here,
how can not, I mean, this is the problem, right? He said that he met that guy in a club. So this is the problem. I don't go to clubs. I do not go to clubs anymore. Okay. I never liked clubs anyway. It was such a shitty kind of environment. So I never cared for clubs. But this is the problem. Meeting someone in a club, you don't know what you're meeting, right? Particularly nowadays, during this day, time and age, you don't know what you're dealing with. So, yeah, it is crazy. But in the light, looks like a fucking man.
I'm not as emotional or shaken up. Let's clear some things up here, okay? Number one, a lot of people have been like, you should just be grateful that you got home safely. I am very much grateful that I got home safely. I'm very grateful for that, okay? Number two, I get a lot of comments like this. You should have told him ahead of time. Now, with that, here's the thing. While, we could be out at the club, it was dark, whatever, even outside when my friends and I got into our Uber, he pulled me over to the side and was like kissing me and introducing himself to my friends and this, that.
Oh, he was kissing you? Like, I was like, I would like be brushing my teeth with bleach. But I guess that guy was more secure in his, more secure.
And the third. So I just didn't feel the need to be like, oh, by the way, hi, I'm Donnie. I'm a man. No one's going to do that. Y'all don't go up to. Just had a man. Okay, first and foremost, and this, that, and the third. So I just didn't feel the need to be like, oh, by the way, hi, I'm Donnie. I'm a man. No one's going to do that. Y'all don't go up to people and be like, oh my God, hi, my name is Shaquila and I'm a woman.
See, that's dishonest because here are some women in the comment section saying, we don't have to. We're not cosplaying. But you have, my dear, but you, my dear, have to share that information. We're women. There's nothing to disclose. It's women are even saying this. Seriously.
Like, be fucking for real. Like, be serious, okay? All in all, I'm not saying that he handled the situation badly. My biggest qualm with all of this is that we had been texting for a week. When he mentioned in the car that he had an inkling, he said, I had an inkling probably a few days ago. However, I just didn't know how to bring it up and not be offensive. Which to me...
That sounds like a really emotionally intelligent man. Sounds like a good man. For him to like really mull it over. Real women don't have to call for D. Exactly, I agree.
I'm like, well, if you had a thought or an inkling of anything, you quite literally could have just texted me and just asked that. And I think I cleared this up with another young lady in my comment section where I said, had he asked me over text, it would have been less jarring. But to have me in a car with him and then ask me, if I was an actual woman, I would have told him to take me home, period. That's it. Now, I have no ill will.
And that's the thing. I mean, to ask a woman if you are a man, it is honestly, I believe that would be disrespectful. So that's why he had a hard time, finding the opportunity or the courage to ask. I mean, yeah.
Towards this gentleman. I'm not making this to be like he's wrong and he blah 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 blah. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. The point is, communication is key. If you are unsure about anything, someone you're seeing,
Communication is key, yet you didn't even communicate with them. This is a problem with a lot of these stupid, effeminate men. You are trying to trick the world. Wake up.
someone you're dating and you want to ask questions, as difficult, just had a man pick.
Damn it.
Okay, first, people just having all these opinions, but I'm just wanting to clear some things up for everybody. That way that we are all aligned, we are all in tune, and yeah, we're all on one accord now, okay? And for the people who are like, I'm so glad that you're safe and it could have been much worse, I agree. Thank y'all so much for the love and the support. Like I said, there was like a split second where I was a little scared because I was like, why are we pulling the car over? However, he was a gentleman, he was kind, he was nice. He brought me back home, and that's the most respectful thing he could have done. I'm not saying that was the part that was.
Because here's the thing, okay? Why I want to show these is because, well, one, these have become like a little bit viral, and these are spicy stories. And two is like, again, we as men have to be aware of what's out there. This shit right here is out there. The other one, that shit right there is out there. So the problem that I find with a lot of, at least young men or just men in particular, we are naive, right? Sometimes we just think we're naive, and our biggest weakness is women and our lust. Women and our lust. So having those in control and not letting that be your weakness and not being naive to the world is very helpful.
Wrong. That wasn't the part that was wrong. To me, the part in all of this that was wrong was that you had an inkling a few days ago. You could have cleared that up ahead of time. It could have saved us all of this weirdness, awkwardness, me spending time to get ready, and you having to drive all the way over here to waste gas to like come get me, and then preparing to take me out to dinner. So that's it. That's all. Okay. I hope everybody got it all cleared up. If y'all have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to get in the comment section if you'd like. But yeah, I just thought that I would get that off my chest. Also, good morning. Happy Friday. Okay.
So there's a trans woman on here basically talking about how she met this man while she was out with her girlfriends. And basically, kissing that night, they had been texting, I'm assuming for about a week, or, basically they had been texting back and forth. They were flirting that night. He even kissed her that night. And so she goes on to say that they were in the car together and they were on the way somewhere, I don't know. And like, she just didn't mention that. But basically, I guess they were in the car together. And he asked her, well, I don't know how to say this, but are you a man, right? And she goes on to say, well, yes, I am a man. And he basically pulled over and wanted to have a conversation about it, to tell her, I'm not really interested in participating in that. Is it okay if I take you home? She says yes. He takes her home, right? But basically in the video, she's saying, oh, I'm flat chested as fuck. You said you had an inkling of a thought. Why didn't you just be open and honest and ask me? Why didn't you be open and honest the day he kissed you, when you met him, when you were out with your girlfriends? Like, I want to be real honest with y'all. Like, I am a part of the LGBTQ community. Like, I'm able to sit back and say, hey, hell no, that's not right. You don't wait until y'all get in the car and y'all on the way somewhere to be like, hey, I'm a man, after y'all done kissed. Like, I mean.
And here's the thing where a lot of people are saying, right, that he said he's not a trans. Yeah. But here's the problem. You dress like a woman. You dress like a woman. I find it funny with the left. I agree. You could be simps. That's what I'm saying. Where you wake up, where you're not naive. Okay, that's the thing. Where yeah, and this is why I think top. Yeah, and this is the thing where I hope that these videos, these conversations would be educational, would be enlightening. Okay, that's what I. That's why I hope one of the ways it could come out of it. But yeah, yeah, a lot of people say that he didn't say he's a woman. Yes, but the problem isn't that he didn't say he's a woman. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say he was a man. I mean, to the other guy, he didn't say he's a man to the other guy. So all that other guy got to, the only information he got is what the gay guy portrayed as, which is a very feminine looking person. So by, late night, it's dark, you're tired, you assume this is a woman. So yes, I mean, this is what it's coming off to. It's bringing you back.
And honestly, you didn't even bring it up. Like, wait a minute. Like, you expected him to already know that you were a man. First of all, the trans woman is beautiful. I wouldn't have thought that she was a man. Like, she just looks like a
I would have thought she's a man. Or I would have thought he was a man.
beautiful woman that just so happens to have a deep voice. Like, and some women are flat chested. Some women don't have boobs. So, of course, the question has to be asked because the deep voice is there and you are flat chested. The question does have to be asked, but also you as a trans person, it is your responsibility to bring that up to people that you plan on taking it there with, or plan on dating, or anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kiss. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that should have came up then. It never not once came up in the text messages and y'all were texting the entire time. That doesn't make sense. And in my opinion, I feel like she's playing a dangerous ass game. Like, I genuinely don't feel like that's safe. Like, you wait until y'all are in a car in a compound space together, in a compact space together, I mean, and it's just y'all two, and knowing that some men are dangerous as hell and homophobic and transphobic as shit, I don't think that was smart. I'm gonna be honest and say, while yes, she does have a deep voice, he still asked, and he was a gentleman enough to take you back home and be honest that he didn't want to deal with you. She's trying to say that this is an example of fragile masculinity. I don't feel like that was fragile at all. I feel like he handled it very well, because genuinely, men do not usually take that well. They don't. They get violent. And I'm really glad that he didn't get violent. But to say that his masculinity is fragile because he accepted what you said, communicated how he felt about it, and acted accordingly, you feel like his masculinity is fragile, that's insane to me. That's insane to me. I'm sorry. So there's...
Yes, that's why it's absolutely... That was disrespectful on that guy's part. By trying to take a shot at his masculinity, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I just thought that was interesting. It was an interesting story to share. But again, this is the problem with today's day and age, right? Another layer of problem. And in my opinion, kind of a problem that women have created by supporting this bullshit. Women are supporting the gay men. Women are supporting the trans women. Women are supporting this alphabet people. Women are supporting that shit. This is why, I think this is why this crap is so prominent. Okay, so this is another layer that men will have to deal with, which is crazy. So. All right, let's check out some other videos that I wanted to watch these videos, so I wanted to check it out. I don't know. Well, could you do? I mean, could you guys do? Could you guys deal with post-op women, post-op trans women? I don't know if I could. I don't think I could. I mean, even though they now have the parts, right? Now they have the parts. I still can't do it. I don't think I could. I don't think I could. Deal with it. I don't. But would you guys do it? Right? Maybe put a. Oh, could I do that? Could I put a? I don't know. I don't think I could put a poll. Trying to see. I'm trying to see. Give me a second. What do you guys think? All right, you guys tell me. If you guys want to participate in that poll, all right, that would be that'd be funny because I said this. So I don't think I could do it. I do not think I could do it. So it's just not for me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys could do it. I don't know if anyone you guys would do it. I would not do it. Because I couldn't take anyone seriously. If they do it, I can't take them seriously. I find them mentally disturbed. I will find them mentally disturbed. So I don't know. All right, let's each to their own. Each to their own. I don't think I could do it. I've seen some men are fine with it. I just don't think I could do it. So it's just not for me. All right. I've been liking this woman's commentary lately. So I wanted to check her thoughts on Tron sorry, Tron Legacy Ares. Tron Ares.
But one trailer this year that actually intrigued me, and that was the trailer for the movie Tron Ares. I thought that was legitimately something that might be decent to watch, and I won't be recording a rant for it. And I couldn't expect exactly just how demoralized and disappointed I would be by watching it. Even, leading up to the release, a couple weeks before the release, knowing the plot that was going to happen.
That's something I'm kind of scared about. Like, why I wouldn't really want to go to Thailand because, because of shit like that. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that.
In this movie. But this movie, it encapsulates, it's just a movie filled with every single negative trope that Hollywood has. It's a bait and switch movie. It is not centered around Jared Leto as a sole protagonist going on an arc. Not that I like Jared Leto, and that's another thing, casting him in this, which we will talk about. No. That's not what Tron Ares is. Tron Ares was marketed as being, re-exploration of the Tron universe with Jared Leto as the lead.
I really liked the first Tron. I remember watching the first Tron, and I thought it was a decent movie. All right. The second Tron, I really didn't care about, right? I barely paid attention to it.
all people, and he's not a cell either. But what they don't show you in the marketing and whatnot is it actually mainly centers around Greta Lee's character, who is the girl boss of this film. Literally, she fills out all the tropes of the girl boss that we will talk about. But you have to understand, like, if you are a fan of the Tron franchise, and to be fair, Tron hasn't had the best time with critics in the past, and I don't think that it's entirely unwarranted. I've never been able to get into the first Tron. Tron Legacy has some things I really like about it. I was able to watch it the other day. But, you know, it's so jarring to go from Tron Legacy, which is, you know, the story of Sam Flynn finding his father who disappeared and reconciling with his father who disappeared and wanting to take on his legacy and having a very optimistic and hopeful ending finally for that character. It was already leaked online. It was already said that they were not going to continue with that story. In fact, they were going to have it so that the company under Sam Flynn failed and got taken over by Greta Lee's character, you know, who was able to raise it from the ashes. So we already knew that they were going to do the bait and switch trope. And this
is why, I mean, it's not like I was going to go watch it anyway, but that's another thing why I hate Hollywood right now, and particularly Disney. This is the shit they always doing. Okay, pretty much hate it, like it, whatever. Like, take any male focused franchise, male focused, you know, entertainment, and then, yo, have a good time with dinner, man. Have a good time with dinner. And then turn it around to make it women oriented. Absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. Because again, are you ignoring the core fan base? It's absolutely ridiculous.
has happened with so many films at this point. Right now, it's a question of not what franchises has it happened to, but what franchises has it not happened to. All these franchises with male leads having the main character in the beginning either subdued or demoralized, or he failed and he's gonna get replaced by the strong girl boss character. And that's what Tron Ares is. And once again, I knew that that is what I was going to get from this movie walking into it. I knew that, but for whatever reason, it's like I wasn't even prepared for the feeling that I would get after having just watched Tron Legacy and the hopeful ending to that movie, to have the first opening seconds of Tron Ares in just a few lines of dialogue. They just do a voiceover about what has happened in between the time. And they tell you that Encom under Sam Flynn was crumbling to the ground. And then Sam Flynn quit. And he went away for, quote, personal reasons. Reasons that they will never explore in the movie. They do one tease at the end, and I don't care about spoiling this thing, one tease that Jared Leto's character is going to go find Sam Flynn.
And that is why I'm scared about Avengers Doomsday. I am scared about Avengers Doomsday. This is what I'm saying, where I feel like the whole Disney shit is like they are ruining every male-centered entertainment. They're ruining it. Star Wars, they're ruining it. Okay, Marvel, they're ruining it. It's like absolutely ridiculous.
But in the opening seconds, they just give you a couple lines of dialogue that Sam Flynn, his company crumbled under him, that he went away for unspecified personal reasons, and then these two sisters, one played by Greta Lee, took over the company and rose it from the ground and made it into the amazing company that it is. So yes, it begins by announcing that the John Connor trope has happened. I'm officially calling this trope that you are a fool. You are a fool if you think...
Exactly, my brother. Exactly. I was like, seriously, Luke Skywalker was amazing. And then they turn him into like a useless fool, right? No, exactly. They turn him into a doofus, like absolutely useless.
That this isn't a trope in Hollywood these days with all the franchises that's happening about getting rid of the male character, either demoralizing him, turning him into a depressed person who gave up, regressing that character arc. That's what it essentially is. Destroying the character arc and the character growth from the previous film to give it so that usually a female character can take that growth for herself and take that success for herself. That's what it is. And the reason why I think that maybe, Luke Skywalker might be the most prominent example of this, maybe the most high profile, where, he went from being the hopeful character to the depressed person who gave up, and then Rey becomes the person who is going to get to train the Jedi in the future. Apparently, that might be what they're doing in the future Star Wars films, and Luke failed at that. But I want to use...
Literally, she just said it. This is, kind of why I've been liking this woman's takes. I've been liking her takes on things.
It as the John Connor trope, because I think that is even more blatant about what this is and what it does to you at the beginning of a film. In Terminator Dark Fate, and I keep forgetting that film, you have the opening of the movie, and it's set right after Terminator Judgment Day, where at the end of that movie was supposed to be hope for the future, where John and his mother and Arnold Schwarzenegger had succeeded in giving humanity a chance at the future and a chance to avoid their dark fate. But in Terminator Dark Fate, it literally opens up seconds after that, after all that and all the success that they had, with John Connor being gunned down. John Connor, the character who is the key point to the Terminator franchise and is supposed to grow into this leader who saves everyone. And every single Terminator movie is about protect John Connor. And they open that movie with killing him, erasing the triumphs and the developments of the previous film. And in this case, what those films were actually about. And that's what Tron Ares does. And this has happened with film after film. But that's the trope. That is the trope. I officially referred to as the John Connor trope. And that's what it does at the beginning of Tron Ares. Now, forget how bad the movie is after that, but to open the movie up with this character that was one of the things I liked about Tron Legacy. I'm not saying that Tron Legacy is perfect at all. It has plenty of flaws, but I did like his character journey in that movie. I liked him. And they open it up saying that ending, that hopeful ending to Tron Legacy, gone. All the development and growth and optimism, gone. Taken away. That movie is meaningless now. And now we just have his triumphs and successes taken over by this new girl boss character taken by Greta Lee. But it's even worse than that, because they say, Greta Lee, her character, took over the company with her sister, who we find out in the movie, she and her sister built the company back up. We find out that her sister has passed away. So there's this dynamic of her, trying to live up to the legacy of her sister and honoring her sister. So they literally steal the relationship between Kevin and Sam Flynn and give it to this new girl boss character. His character is stolen, and his relationship with his father is stolen and given to this new character. So it's even more infuriating than that. So that opening sequence that lays all this out for you, just completely, it's the same sensation of the way you feel if you have ever unfortunately watched Terminator Dark Fate, and John Connor is...
I could not watch it. When I heard about how it's going to be, I could not watch Terminator. I couldn't watch that. I'm sorry. After the second Terminator, everything just went kaput. Everything sucked. Bashida, huh? I think I'm sorry, right? Women are ruining men's entertainment. They are. You're seeing so many examples of it.
Killed, and you just feel the gunshot, and it's the gunshot of everything that this franchise was supposed to be, and what you liked about just going away. You just destroyed.
Yo, Big Bars, what's up, my brother?
Shot. And that is the opening for Tron Ares. And I just, kind of sat there just demoralized after all that. Like, they opened up the movie by shooting the franchise in the head. That's how Tron Ares opens up. But of course, it gets even worse from there. Like, I've already gone through, this movie opens up with John Connor syndrome, the John Connor trope, and it is definitely a trope. And it makes no sense that companies, especially Disney is the one company, especially, that will not let go of this. Like, there has been no evidence that either critical or commercial success can be found with doing this trope. Like, even the critics turned against, making Indiana Jones into a depressed old man. The critics aren't thrilled with this movie. I don't know. The most hilarious headline I saw for this movie was Tron Ares makes you wish that AI will hurry up and destroy Hollywood. Like, critics aren't loving this.
I don't know. Y said that he would take them seriously if they did that. So I thought they would, maybe someone would say it. I don't know.
And obviously, so many franchises have lost money after they went in this direction. So there is no evidence that this direction, this trope that keeps being used, is good for business or...
And that's insanity. I don't know why Disney is so pig-headed. Why is Disney so animate on doing that? They got Tron too. Yes, that's the thing. They're destroying everything male-centered. They're trying to destroy.
Good for accolades. There's just no evidence of that with doing this with mainstream movies, but they keep doing it again and again and again, and they will not stop. And I believe that they will kill their entire industry before they let this thing go, because it's not about money or accolades for them. It's just about keeping on this idea and this message. So if you watch the beginning of Tron Ares, I just want you to take your daily pill. Men are failures and will always fail, and all your favorite male characters will always fail. So take your pill, man. Okay, we're not even... This video is going to be hours long, and it's just Tron Ares, but yeah, we've gotten through the John Connor trope, and I just gotta say, the John Connor trope, like, that kills your movie. If you open up your movie that's a sequel or a reboot by invalidating everything that has happened in the previous film, all the triumphs, and assassinating the lead character, your movie is dead. And that's how I felt. It's like that same as the sensation I felt with Terminator Dark Fate, is that it doesn't matter what happens in the movie from here on out. You've already ruined it for me in the opening. But unfortunately, we still have more to analyze, because who is this girl boss character played by Greta Lee that we get? Well, she is awful, just an awful character. Once again, like, she fits in all the tropes of the girl boss character that we've been seeing again and again, where she doesn't really have flaws. She's a humanitarian, and she's competent in everything, whether it's technology or getting in the action space, and everyone adores her, except the main villain, who is an evil 20-year-old white boy who's taken over.
Like, that's the thing where yes, they're killing Hollywood. Or I don't give a shit if they kill Hollywood. But again, they're killing men. They're killing men's entertainment. That is what they're trying to do.
Over this main company, and he's incompetent at it. And I'm like, haven't I seen this character recently in like Alien Earth and in so many other projects? It, like,
in all honesty, you know, the John Wick would have been better with just a new, as bad as it may sound, the new John Wick stuff, spin-offs would have been better with a man, in my opinion.
It like feels like a bad impression of Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network, or Mark Zuckerberg type character.
Because I believe men are desiring some old school badass action stuff, right? With male leads. I'm sorry, okay? I've said this before. I don't believe I wouldn't believe I'm sexist, but when it comes to entertainment, I'll own to it. I'm sexist when it comes to that.
They're literally everywhere, these boy geniuses who are actually really, really incompetent. But there's another one of those characters, and like, that's the thing about this movie, is there's a lot of box checking, and like that's the entire movie. It's a lot of box checking.
I've said this so many times to my friend. This is the problem with Hollywood. It is all about box checking. I've said exactly this. So props to her. I've said exactly this, where almost every movie, particularly from Disney, they don't give a shit about the story. They don't give a shit about nothing besides checking box. After they can check all boxes, now they can say, okay, do everything else, right? But that's the main key. Check the boxes first. Absolutely ridiculous.
For like different tropes, like you've got the villain who's the white boy genius who's actually incompetent, but even he has his mother crowing over his shoulder and literally slaps him in the movie and telling him all the things that he's doing wrong. So that's the villain, the only person who's allowed to dislike Greta Lee, who he's trying to kill. But anyway, Greta Lee is just quintessential Mary Sue girl boss. But the only time in the movie where we get any kind of flaw with her is when Jared Leto tells her, because Jared Leto is playing this AI, he tells her, oh, I read your text, and he found out that she's really insecure about her sister's success. But like, we don't see that in the film.
Yo, exactly. Like, I'm sorry, okay? Back old school shit, men used to be badasses. I'm sorry. That's what I thought was cool, okay? I thought that was cool. When you had badass men, all right? Badass men that were just, like, beating other men up and, like, having sex with women. It's like, what the hell is going on? What's wrong? What's wrong with going back to that?
Never see her as being an insecure character. We just get Jared Leto saying that. And then afterwards, we don't really see that. But I guess by the end of the movie, he's like, oh, so I hope you don't quit. And like, she regains confidence, but she never really lost her confidence. So the arc or lack thereof of this girl boss character is that she gets revalidated by Jared Leto that she is amazing. Like, that's what she is. But like, there's not much to her. Like, she's just there to fill out the trope, and that's it. And on top of that, Greta Lee like, I know that she is a storied actress or something, and I don't know if she starred in or I think she directed one of the Oscar contenders a couple years ago. But she cannot act in this movie. She felt like she was in over her head. Like she didn't.
This is the thing where I'm an old school, right? I love the 80s and 90s. The fucking action movies that came out of the 80s and 90s. My God. Demolition Man, right? Tango and Cash, Terminator, fucking Rambo. I mean, the list can go on and on. Conan. My God, it was like, seriously, where are our action heroes? Where the fuck are action heroes at, man? I'm sorry, like, maybe I'm like a toxic male, but like I miss the fucking old school action movies. I really do. Oh, Dusk Till Dawn. That was my shit, right? That was my shit. I loved it. Ah, Dusk Till Dawn was badass. I mean, I love the cheesy ass action movies, right? Simple storyline, like very straightforward storylines, but like some crazy ass shit. The Crow, fuck yes. Die Hard, fuck yeah. Die Hard, I mean, come on. We can name movies after movies that were amazing. Amazing shit.
Understand what she was supposed to do in this movie. Maybe that's because at least a portion of it was done on green screens. I don't know how much, but it felt like she was a fish out of water in this movie. Like she's supposed to be playing this super capable character, but her performance felt confused. Like, if you were to cast your aunt in your short film, it's supposed to be an action movie, and she doesn't know what to do in that movie. I can't think of a better way to describe it, but the acting in this film is so wooden. So moving on from Greta Lee for a minute, let's go to Jared Leto. Nobody likes Jared Leto, and I don't understand why they keep casting him in things when he's a pedo in real life. But, sometimes it has happened before where people just keep casting and hiring bad people in real life in these things because they make a lot of money and they can't let go of that temptation. But Jared Leto has no sign that he actually makes money at the box office. And he is bad in this movie, really bad. It's similar to Greta Lee that it feels very wooden. To be fair, he is playing an AI, someone who doesn't experience emotions but is trying to. He's essentially Data in this movie. But, if you watch Data from The Next Generation, Brent Spiner was able to give a personality for the character through the fact that he was so stiff. Like, the awkward attempts from his character of trying to be human would give him personality and create a chemistry with different characters. But Jared Leto has
no. I agree. I mean, like, this is a thing where I hate this. I hate how Hollywood is trying to demasculate men. They're trying to bash men. I've said this before where I'm tired of this. This is where it's not even Hollywood, right? I think this is the world, or at least America, right? We are trying to push men to be gay or to be trans. I believe this is maybe some kind of weird ass conspiracy. Data was badass. This is some weird kind of conspiracy where we are trying to push men to be more effeminate. That is fucking insane. We are trying to push men to be effeminate. And one of the ways to do that is through media, where we're not pumping out action movies, like badass fucking action movies. We're not pumping out the masculinity. We're not pumping that shit out. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Nothing like that. There are some lines that I can tell we're supposed to, have some of that quirkiness and awkwardness, but he just has a blank stare throughout the entire film. It is such bad acting. And his character as well. Like, that's the thing about this film is there's nothing to it. In the beginning, I thought maybe there would be something there because this film is all about AI and technology advancing. And Jared Leto is this AI created by the villain who becomes interested in actually becoming human. That's what he is. He's actually, like Data, like Pinocchio. He wants to be a real boy, essentially, and he is curious about human emotion. But what happens in the film is he actually doesn't go through a journey with that. They present the idea that he's this advanced AI that is just somehow experiencing some empathy and emotion. And then he becomes a real boy at the end of the film. And they don't explain any of that. And he doesn't actually go on any sort of journey with that. He just is this way as a premise. He wants to be a real boy. And he becomes one somehow at the end through going through like the video game and meeting the original Kevin Flynn or something like that. There is just no actual story to this movie, and there's no actual character development. It's like they came up with a premise, which the premise is about digital creations being able to become to exist in real life. That's what the premise is, and then they don't actually develop it or explore it any further. They don't have anything to say. The dialogue in this movie is awful. So it's like this movie is all about, digital creations being able to become real and Jared Leto wanting to become a real boy. And like their insight into what it means to be alive and to live is essentially Greta Lee literally will turns to the camera at one point to Jared Leto while he's just musing about her texts and,
I didn't see that, right? I didn't watch that movie, but I know about it. And yeah, it is a bit crazy where I know a little bit about it. I didn't watch it, so
about her insecurities or whatever that we never really ever explore. And she's like, life is complicated. There's love, there's hate, but it's all good. It's all good in the end. It's complicated. It's like something like that. Like I don't have it memorized down in my head, but like the only things that they have to say for this movie are the most superficial things. Like, yeah, life. If you want to be real, that there's
Omni, what's up, my brother?
good and the bad, and that's all this movie has to say, even though it wants to make you think that it's really intelligent. There's a line in this movie that is like, the permanence code should have been called the impermanent. I guess the thing about life, it's not permanent. That's a nice one. That's a nice line there. Like, it doesn't actually have anything to say about life. But this movie is also AI propaganda. I saw some people online wondering if this movie was written by AI. I guarantee that part of this was, especially with the amount of films lately from Disney. They admit that they use
I watched the Hollow Man. I thought that was good. I thought that was decent.
AI. The amount of movies I've seen from Disney that seem like they're borrowing things from other films but not actually making them work because they don't understand the context of how it works, it feels like AI. But this movie is some AI propaganda as well. And there's been a lot of that from Hollywood. Like that Creator movie from a couple years ago was all about how AI is actually an oppressed group who is actually really friendly and good. Like, there's a lot of pro-AI propaganda from Hollywood, but this film, like, there's a really, like, even the tagline of this film is there's no...
Oh yeah, that's different. I didn't usually see the at thing. Right? You don't usually show the at stuff, so that's interesting.
Going back, which is what I keep hearing people from Hollywood saying in regards to AI, which not so subtle there, but there's this weird moment in this film where they're going through, like, Jared Leto is going through Greta Lee's history.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe YouTube is doing something. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it's different. I didn't even notice that. I mean, now I noticed that they put in the at stuff, so I guess that's the username shit. Oh, American Pie. That's a classic. This is what I'm saying, right? What happened to just men content, right? I mean, like, I hate this shit. I hate the shit where we are trying to push out male content. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Her files and stuff like that and old interviews that she's done because she's amazing and everyone loves her. And she's doing this interview at one point in the film where she's talking about AI and the applications, and someone asks her, well, why would you want to talk to an AI when it's a fake person? And she said, well, what if I could use AI to talk to a dead person, someone who is no longer with us? And they just kind of throw that line out there and don't explore it. It is implied in the beginning that she is talking to an AI of her dead sister. And it's like, that's a big concept to talk about the, even the ethics and the negatives of using AI to recreate someone who has passed away. Is that even respectful to the person who's passed away? I would say no. And then is that healthy at all for the person when they're not moving on and just trying to recreate their deceased person in AI form? Like, that is a huge ethical conversation, and it's even something.
I think I saw that. I think I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. I think I seen it.
That at least, even though it wasn't done well, touched upon in Ironheart, the Ironheart show, where the ethics and the drawbacks of creating a dead person, recreating them through AI is at least brought up. But here they just throw it out there with the main character who is supposed to be our girl boss character, where everything she does is amazing and she's a genius. They just throw it out that she believes that AI, a positive application for it, would be to talk to people who have died from the past. And I'm like, that is a horrifying concept. And you could have made a movie where you explore that, especially since your movie is about living. Like, you could have made an intelligent movie exploring that concept, but instead it's just a throwaway line that makes it sound like something positive, and they're not even going to explore that. I mean, we saw it in LA Comic-Con. They already had like an AI of Stan Lee. So it's like, Oh, it's ironic from Hollywood. And you know, my stance on AI is going to have positive applications and negative applications, and they all have to be reviewed. But it is funny that Hollywood has kind of tried to make it seem like it's on the moral side for the past 10 years or something. But when it comes to AI, with every application of it, they see from every other Disney movie, the girl boss, the emasculated male characters. You know, Jared Leto is kind of a boyish character with no development. I understand he's supposed to be, but in other cases, there's like Greta Lee has this male sidekick who's effeminate and stupid and silly, and then the main villain is like this boy genius who's actually super incompetent and stupid and is whipped by his mother constantly, who is always right. And it's like, it's all of these tropes. And yes, the John Connor trope of killing off the old male here, not killing him off, but getting rid of him and giving his story and his character development to someone else. It's all there. And I just felt so demoralized after this film, because it's like, this is what Hollywood films are. And after so long, they don't change, and they will not change. I don't believe that Hollywood is ever going to change away from this stuff at this point.
I gotta remember. Maybe I gotta check it back. I gotta check it again. I'm mad because if I did see it, it's been a long time. If I did see it, it's been a long time, so I wasn't sure.
They just keep going to the same tropes. And this has been the worst year at the theater for me. At this point last year, I had seen Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, Dune Part 2, several films that either I really liked or Transformers 1. I'm not really a Transformers person, but that's a good movie. It's a well-made movie. But this year...
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to the movies. I mean, like, seriously, there's like very little to desire when it comes to movies nowadays.
I haven't seen one movie at the theater that I have actually liked. So I think that Hollywood is actually just going to die. I think that they are going to kill themselves on these tropes, and they have no one to blame but themselves because they refuse to change. But
yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Hollywood is going to die, or they're definitely going to suffer the loss of millions upon millions. So yeah, I think it's not going to be a good thing for Hollywood. All right, guys, I'm going to do something a little bit different, right? I'm going to do something a little bit different. This might not be your guys' cup of tea, okay? So bear with me. I mean, we are going to end out on this thing. We are going to end out on this. Yeah, she was talking about Tron. She was talking about Tron and how shitty it is, right? And how it's pretty much another example of how Hollywood is trying to destroy men. They're trying to, destroy men and prop up, girl boss shit. So that's going to be great. Another failed example of what women are doing. All right, guys, I'm going to end out on this, right? I'm going to end out on this video. So it's going to be a little bit different, right? I'm doing this for
2026.
I'm doing this for my brother, my brother, poor man. All right, I wanted to check this out, so I'm going to do this for my brother, poor man. All right. So, again, we're going to end out on this. It's a little bit different. So, bear with me. You guys might not, may not care for it. So, we're pretty much done, right? It's going to be a short stream. It's not going to be, well, I mean, it's going to, whatever. Oh, you were going to watch it? I don't know. To me, it's like, I'm not going to put my money where that shit is. So I'm not. Unfortunately, modern women. Yeah. Metaphysical. I 100% agree. Yo, is that? No, that's. Yo, they did change. Yo, look. How, what PA's channel name is? Okay, it's using it's using his username. That's crazy. But yes, women have ruined men's entertainment, and I find it absolutely disgusting. In my opinion, I find it disgusting. All right, Okay, so like I said, I'm going to end out on this video. So, this is for my brother, poor man. So I wanted to check this out. So again, this is what I'm gonna end out. I'm gonna end out the stream on this video. So it's a bit different. So if you guys don't like it, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. All right.
Anime in 2026 is looking stacked. We've got long-awaited sequels, finales over a decade in the making, and some weird-ass originals that might either change anime forever or make us question what we're even watching. So grab your tissues, and cancel your social life, because here are the top 10 most anticipated anime of 2026.
I want to know if I want to watch these, right? So I'm want to see if I can watch these. The Darwin Incident. Never heard of that. Exactly. PA, exactly. Literally everything that was once male only becomes watered down and terrible with women added. Exactly. And they're now just, honestly, just trying to turn everything. It's like, what the hell? Why?
Meet Charlie, a humanzee born from a shady experiment, now stuck between being targeted by eco-terrorists and trying to pass algebra. The manga already won the prestigious Manga Daisho Award, so this adaptation isn't just hype, it's award-winning hype. Think Planet of the Apes meets Death Note, but instead of Kira, you've got a teenage chimp boy who could probably bench press Goku. With a Jojo Allen directing, expect stylish visuals, heavy atmosphere, and fight scenes that hit harder than a barrel of bananas. The themes, evolution, ethics, and what it means to be human. Yeah, it's deep, but don't worry, it also delivers action that makes you forget you're crying inside. This is one of those shows that will dominate Reddit threads, Twitter discourse, and philosophy majors essays in 2026. Mark my words, the Darwin Incident will either be the weirdest flop or the most genius anime of the year. I'm betting on genius.
I don't know. I don't think I'm interested in that. I don't think I'm going to be, that doesn't really pique my interest. The Darwin experience. I mean, it's different, but to be honest, it doesn't seem action packed for me.
Humanji, 君は特別だよ。ザイロ・フォルバーツ、お前を勇者刑に処す。
Sliding in is Sentenced to be a Hero, or as I like to call it, Isekai Suicide Squad.
Oh, I do want to see this one. Sentenced to be a Hero. I heard there's a little bit of this. I want to check this one out. It's supposed to be like villains or just, I think, bad whatever, like prisoners or, like, yeah, like he said, Suicide Squad things to be heroes, which is okay.
Instead of noble adventurers, this series dumps criminals into the hero role as punishment. Kill monsters or die trying. It's basically parole with extra steps. The trailers already scream edgy fun, grim settings, morally grey anti-heroes, and enough dark humour to keep us grinning while people get gutted. Honestly, it feels like Akame ga Kill and Suicide Squad had a fantasy baby, and I'm all here for it. These guys aren't saving the world out of duty, they're doing it because otherwise they're back in prison eating cold gruel. That dynamic makes every character interaction 10 times spicier. Who can you trust? Probably no one. Who's going to betray the team mid-boss fight? Well, definitely someone. It's Do or Die Chaos, animated beautifully by Studio Kai, dropping early 2026. Forget chosen heroes, give me the murder hobos on probation. If you like your fantasy messy, bloody, and filled with questionable heroes, I'm telling you, this is your jam.
見つけ出してやる。セネルバをはめた奴らを見つけ出して絶対に殺してやる。
But before we jump back, let's talk about something that'll have you crying tears of joy. Thanks to the sponsor of this video, Opera GX, the browser built for anime fans and gamers who refuse to be basic. Most browsers, they're like filler arcs. Black Clover returns like a caffeine-fueled...
Oh, Black Clover. I love that series. I'm if you guys like anime, Black Clover, I think is a decent anime. I haven't finished it yet, okay? But I definitely think it's an amazing anime.
Shonen screaming match we didn't realize we missed. After years of waiting, Asta and Yuno are back, louder and stronger than ever. If you've been craving pure shonen comfort food, friendship...
I love shonen. I love shonen.
Speeches, rival powers, non-stop battles, this sequel is basically a buffet. We're diving into the Spade Kingdom arc, which means more devils, more squad hype, and hopefully Noel flexing with another jaw-dropping spell. Asta still yelling his lungs out with the confidence of man who's never read Indoor Voice, and Yuno still rivaling him with stoic coolness. The Black Bulls, well, still the most chaotic, lovable mess of a squad in anime. Studio Period seems dead set on turning Black Clover into their new Bleach-level flex project. This isn't the anime trying to reinvent the wheel, it's the anime saying, yeah, the wheel spins really well actually, and you know what, we're here for it. Wizard King Dream back on the menu.
I gotta get up to date on so many animes. I have to get up to date on this.
And number 6, the nostalgia nuke, Bleach final season.
Oh, another one I gotta get updated on, right? I gotta get updated on Bleach. I've been waiting. For me, it's like I've been waiting for Bleach to finish so I could just binge it. So I'm definitely anticipating for Bleach to finish so I could binge the thing. Well, I don't know. This is the most anticipated anime of 2026. So I don't know if Dragon Ball is coming out next year.
This is it, the real ending. No, seriously, we promised this time, finale. And it's shaping up to be Avengers Endgame for Bleach fans. Bankai here, Bankai there, Bankai everywhere. Every captain's getting their last flex, every villain showing their full hand, and Ichigo's gonna scream his way into anime history one last time. Period has been shockingly killing it with animation lately, and if part 3 was anything to go by, part 4 might just melt your eyeballs. Yuha is literally trying to rewrite reality itself, so yeah, the stakes don't get higher than this. Whether you've been a loyal fan since the early 2000s or just hopped up on the nostalgia train recently, this finale is gonna feel massive. Grab your Aaron Carr masks, polish it.
I gotta say, right? Poor man, you've been saying, well, like my top 10. Bleach is definitely in my top 10. It's hard for me to say where each thing's rank. But Bleach is definitely my top 10. Cowboy Bebop definitely in there. Dragon Ball definitely. Naruto is definitely in there. I gotta make that list. I gotta make a list. I'll make a list of what would I consider my top 10.
Zanpakuto and prepare to shout Bankai in your living room one last time. Bleach is finally closing the book, and I'm not emotionally prepared. Okay, so we've got the trippy dark horse of the year, False Memory. This isn't your standard shonen, this is a cyberpunk acid trip anime. Born from a cult hit short film, False Memory is now a full-blown series, and the trailers look like someone shoved FLCL, Promare, and The Matrix into a blender. The result? A smoothie of neon chaos, surreal imagery, and visuals so stylish they'll melt your retinas. It's Chinese animation or Donghua, which is already making waves worldwide, and this could be its breakout moment. The story's about memory.
I mean, Cowboy Bebop is something I grew up on, right? Watching on Toonami, watching that shit on Toonami, that was like the things that it may not be. I mean, I think it's one of the best anime ever, but I mean, it's definitely in my top 10. It has to be. I mean, if you are a true anime fan, Cowboy Bebop has to be your top 10. I mean, it's just Cowboy Bebop and Dragon Ball, right? I mean,
manipulation, glitches in reality, and monsters that feel like they crawled out of your worst fever dream.
art looks
Basically,
really good.
it's an animated existential crisis wrapped in sakuga. I
I think that anime is really cool. I mean, the animation, the art looks pretty decent.
love how no one really knows what
Fully coolly, yes. That's why. This is why I said this looks pretty good.
to expect. That unpredictability is the hype. Will it make sense? Well, probably not. Will it blow our minds? Almost certainly. False Memory might just be 2026 most talked about WTF experience. And honestly, anime needs that wild card energy.
你竟然选择记忆这么脆弱的东西，它们都会被时间摧毁的。
ReZero is back to ruin Subaru's life and our emotions. If you thought seasons 1 to 3 were up,
I really did not. I did not like ReZero. I mean, I watched the first season of ReZero, and I thought the main character was idiotic. To be honest, when I see a really stupid, male character, it really is like absolutely, just it just turns me off. It doesn't make me want to watch it at all. When I see a very, useless male lead, yeah, it's a big no-no for me. So I really don't like it when I see this stuff.
oh boy, you're not ready. Because season 4 is reportedly even more brutal. Subaru has died so many times you could start a frequent flyer program with the Grim Reaper. And apparently, still not enough. Will Rem wake up? Will Emilia shine again? Will Subaru catch a break? Spoiler, absolutely not. But that's why we love the series, isn't it? It's equal parts heartwarming and soul-destroying.
That's why I kind of hate it. Okay, it's not like this guy gets stronger after each death. He's still as pathetic as he was before.
It's goofy slice of life potato banter, or it's sore level despair. And yes, the waifu wars are back in full force. Team Amelia, Team Rem, Team Echidna, Twitter's gonna be a battlefield. ReZero thrives on making you scream at your TV and then thanking it afterwards. Subaru's misery is our entertainment, and in 2026, he's back for another season of pain. Grab tissues, snacks, and your therapy bill. It's time to return by death again.
レムって
I didn't watch Blue Gender, so I don't remember that one.
誰のこ
I
と
mean, I remember it. I just didn't watch it.
God! No! God, please, no! No!
Gundam Wing? Now you're making me think about that, right? I think Gundam Wing has to be. Is Gundam Wing in my top 10? I think it's in my top 20. At least my top 20, right? I think I'll have Gundam Wing in my top 20.
No! No!
The magic beans for Dragon Ball. Oh shit.
At number 3, Pure Magic. Witch Hat Atelier is finally hitting our screens.
Oh shit. My daughter loves this one, right? My daughter loves this the manga to this series, so she probably would love this one.
Imagine a world where magic isn't inherited, but drawn, literally, with pens and runes. The manga is stunning. Every panel looks like a painting, and the anime promises to capture that same artistry. Delays pushed it to 2026 because the studio straight up said, we're going full perfectionist mode, and honestly, bless them for it. The ambition to make this as impactful as Lord of the Rings. So, no pressure, right? The trailers already ooze Ghibli-like charm mixed with high fantasy wonder. This isn't just another cute witch story, it's a coming-of-age tale about creativity, curiosity, and the consequences of magic. Expect jaw-dropping visuals, whimsical world-building, and emotional beats that sneak up on you. Basically, Witch Hat Atelier is shaping up to be the artsy flex of anime of 2026, and I am so ready for it to cast a spell on all of us.
I'll definitely try to check that out with my daughter. I think that would be good. I think that would be fun.
It finally happened, boys. Steel Ball Run is coming, and JoJo fans are already losing their collective minds.
I've watched the first couple seasons of JoJo, and it's not bad. I mean, I think it's good, but it's leaves a little bit to the taste.
レースで優勝しなきゃなんでな。よっ。
このレースの勝者はこの世のヒーローになるわ。
This isn't just another JoJo part. This is the JoJo part that's been hailed for years as Anarchy's magnum opus. Forget vampires, stands, and Dio memes. Okay, don't forget Dio memes. Those are eternal, okay? This is the Wild West, baby. Horse races, assassins, political conspiracies, and stands that are somehow even weirder than usual. Like you thought Killer Queen was wild. Wait until you see Tusk. Part 7 is basically JoJo meets Red Dead Redemption with the most bonkers twist races you'll ever witness. Johnny Joestar, a broken ex-jockey, teams up with the coolest Italian gunslinger in anime history, Gyro Zappelli, and together they enter a cross-country death race across America. It's stylish, it's brutal, it's philosophical, it's Anarchy at its peak. Fans have been begging for this adaptation for years, and with Stone Ocean wrapped up, this is the natural next step. 2026 is about to get bizarre all over again.
世界中の誰もが体験したことのない競技大会となるだろう。
この物語は僕が歩き出す物語だ。
I didn't watch that first anime. What is it? Sikoriri? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, I didn't watch that one. But Claymore, I did. Well, I read the manga for Claymore.
今は違う。
Oh, I gotta finish this. What is it?
Bring out the tissues, it's Free Ren Season 2.
Free Ren. I gotta finish Free Ren. I didn't finish the first season of Free Ren. I gotta finish it. I gotta finish that. God, it's hard to find the time to watch all these anime, so it's very hard. I gotta work. I do YouTube. You know, I read a lot of mangas, and now I gotta watch anime too. It's very time consuming.
First season,
Blood Plus. I've seen Blood Plus. Yeah.
season blindsided us with its mix of quiet humor, emotional gut punches, and existential reflection disguised as a fantasy road trip. And now, season 2 is ready to hurt us all over again. Free Ren's slow journey to understand humans and her own feelings has somehow become one of the most captivating anime experiences ever. Nothing happens, yet everything happens. That's the magic. Gorgeous landscapes, heartfelt character moments, and a constant reminder that time waits for no one. This is the anime equivalent of sipping tea on a rainy day while questioning your life choices. But make no mistake, it hits harder than any shonen battle. Season 2 promises more of that same melancholic brilliance with new arcs that will push Free Ren and her companions emotionally and magically. If you thought Season 1 was peak, industry buzz suggests Season 2 might be even bigger. So yeah, prepare your comfort food and emotional support plushies. Free Ren's back to wreck us in 2026.
早々のフリーレン第2期2026年1月放送開始
まだ死ぬわけにはいかねえんだ。
And finally, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3.
I didn't watch season 2 for Jujutsu. I gotta watch so many animes.
でもね、16秒だ。話は終わり。全ての歪みがあの時始まったのかもしれない。
Yo! S cried? Yo, that was my shit. Oh, yo. That's it. Yo, poor man. S cried. That was peak, right? That was peak male shit right there. Peak male action. Pure action. Simple storyline. Fucking, I love the main character. You know what? This is the thing where I've been trying to I'm trying to buy, right? The action figures to Scried. I've been trying to. Oh, I love that shit. Bro, you are making me nostalgic.
抱いてやるよ。俺のせいで大勢死んだんだぞ。
The Culling Game arc is here, and it's basically Hunger Games, but with the sorcerers pulling off city-level nukes as casual party tricks. After the chaos of Season 2, JJK fans were left traumatized, hyped, and begging for more. Well, MAPPA heard us, locked their animators in a dungeon, probably, and now they're serving up another feast of cursed energy insanity. Yuji, Megumi, and the gang are diving headfirst into the most chaotic arc yet, while Gojo is still chilling in the world's most annoying prison. The fights teased in the trailers already look so clean. We've waited a while thanks to MAPPA's stacked schedule, but 2026 is the year the madness finally arrives. I am so looking forward to all the domains expanding left and right, alliances crumbling, and enough character deaths to fuel fan rage for years. Season 3 is gonna own 2026, no question.
A lot of good animes coming out. I got a lot to watch. I have a lot to watch. So that's going to be, I gotta find the time. I don't know if I can find the time. Hopefully, because I'm going on vacation, right? Who knows, right? We'll see. Hopefully when I go on vacation, I will have a lot of time to watch anime. So hopefully we'll see. But what's your anticipated animes to watch? All right, guys. This is making me think of all the great ones. Like Inuyasha, my sister loved Inuyasha. I thought Inuyasha was okay. I felt it was like a little bit too love story for me, so I didn't fall that hard for Inuyasha. I thought it was okay. I thought Inuyasha was okay. Now Kenshin, Rowan Kenshin, I believe that's another top 10 of mine. I think that's another top 10. So Kenshin is another top 10 of mine. I love that shit. I love that shit. All right, guys. Yo, poor man. I have 2 channels, right? So because how this channel is geared towards, right? I'll maybe look out in the future, not Wednesday, but I may do an anime stream on my second channel. Okay, I may do an anime stream on my second channel, purely just talk about anime and stuff. That might be fun. So if I'm gonna do it, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but if I do it, it's gonna be on my second channel. Okay, Devil's Avocado. So, bro, stay tuned for that. If you check that out, we could talk about anime. I'll probably do my top 10 anime on that channel. I don't know when I'll do it. Bro, yo, that'd be cool. If you guys do please comment, down below if you guys do like it. Maybe, we'll see. But definitely, please subscribe to my second channel. Right? Devil's Avocado. All right, link is in the description. Please check out my second channel. So that'll be fun. That'll be cool, right? Yeah, the avocado one. But all right, you guys are amazing, right? I love you guys. Omni-Man, PA, Aljun, my brother. Big Bars was here. Who else was here? Anyone else? Delusional was here. Delusional. Anyone else? Is there anyone else? Delusional was here. Big Bars. Y was here. RM, my brother. But yeah, I think that is it. Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah was here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the shout outs. All right. I love you guys. You guys are amazing, right? So please check out my other videos. Please like them. Please comment. And yeah, I hope you guys like this, right? I do like the anime thing. This is a thing where for me, I haven't been watching a lot of anime. I read more, right? I read more mangas or manhwa, Korean mangas, right? So that's what I've been doing. So I haven't been watching a lot of anime lately. It's been a little while since I watched anime. So that's why I can't be too knowing what's going on with the anime stuff. So I would like it, but I have to take the time to check stuff out. But yes, You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Please check out my other videos. All right, later, guys. Have a good night, my brothers. Have a good night, my brothers.